Hello.
Good morning.
Well, that's a bit bright, isn't it?
Yes. You are the ghost formerly known as Gary, apparently.
Yes. Bit pasty.
Hmm.
There you go.
And how
How
is
are
the
we
team?
this morning?
There you go. See, we're getting too light, Gary.
I know. I'm all right. I've walked the dog this morning. I have fixed the internet this morning. And I've sliced Mikey's little willy.
Ooh, sounds painful.
That's what I've been doing up till now. And now I'm about to start on the minion tank.
Nice.
How's John today?
Oh, John's okay. He's yeah, nothing to report really. My family's back together after a long drive south from Townsville. So Bron made it safely with Erin. So we got a full house.
Unfortunately, I did hear reports that another part of Australia's wildlife has been murdered.
There was. What are you? I say, let's do that again.
Good boy.
A bandicoot most likely. Sort of like we got. Well, he run over at least once, so he made a mess of the wheel arch, the inner lining, with the same car that killed the wallaby about a year ago or so.
I see they've reassessed the most dangerous animals in Australia, and it's now the Marley family.
Not wrong. Yeah. But anyway, okay, they made it safely.
Good. So long old drive, huh?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
It's 2,500 k's or so. It's a while.
How's Mikey?
I'm alright. I've just got a bit of a cold, so my throat's tickly as hell. So I'm a bit quiet, or I keep clearing my throat. That's why.
You'll have to suck on a fisherman's friend.
I've got a pack of them in my drawer somewhere. I'm not even joking. I think I have.
Look at the goodies in there.
Mate, I've got Star Bars, beef jerky, jelly babies,
condoms.
Oh, I've got Lemsip.
Oh well, there you go.
Ooh, there you go. I've got Lemsip.
I can't take Lemsip because I'm allergic to paracetamol.
No, got superhero plasters though.
Yes, but I've got minion plasters.
You have.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
You're the one that keeps injuring yourself.
I am. I keep on dropping my knife. I haven't dropped into my leg, but that's something to aim for. Get it? Like that. Anyway, hello,
chat. In just a minute, when she pops in, Penny's going to come up and she's going to announce who's she'll be giving some of the 135 US soldiers to that she's printed off. So when she pops in, modders will send her the link so she can come up.
Lovely.
Till then, we'll go through the chat. Let's start the day right, shall we? Ian says lightning bolt. Or thunderstruck, one or the other. Junior says don't comment. Number 2, morning Ian.
So close.
Morning, chaps.
They said morning Ian, didn't say hi to us. They're just the presenters,
We use that term loosely.
Just says morning all, please hit that like button on your way in, or if you forgot, on your way out. Thank you.
And not both.
Not both.
No, as one cancels out the other.
Yeah. Scott Morals, good evening to all. Good evening,
Scott.
Gary said good morning.
Good morning.
Julian, morning Tiff, Scott, and FOM4H.
Good morning.
Julian.
Oh, I was going to sing.
Do it. I'll have to beat you around the bald head. Jim feels good in flag tag. Jim, good morning, Modmin.
Morning, Jim.
Morning's all usual suspect. Oh, Penny's just dropped in and back out again. Budget Moller says, Ich bin Sech. Sex? Whatever. I can't speak German. Ian says, hello. Hello. And Steph says, und guten Morgen aus. Okay. Jim, and a pleasant good morning to our three gracious hosts. At last, acknowledgements.
Morning, Jim. We could always rely on you. We knew that.
Yeah. And he says, Ach du Liebe, das Minionpanzer.
Coming together.
Julian, hi, Jim. Nearly finished with the comments, Penny. I can see you in the background. We'll let you on in a minute. Julian says, hi, Budju, oopsie, budget modeler. Ian says, morning, Julian. Sorry. Lol. Scott, lucky it wasn't a wombat.
You're not wrong.
You'd have square poo everywhere. He says, evening, John.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Ian says, I saw my chance and had to strike. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Julian Davis is in. He says, morning, chaps. Good morning, Julian.
Morning, Julian.
Julian Hall says, Ponders is incompetence a capital offence? Asking for a friend. And he says, oh, yeah, last but not least, morning, Mikey. Good morning, Julian. And Phil says, morning, all. Good morning. And now we'll bring Penny up so she can do her little announcement. Hello, Penny.
Hello, how are you?
How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I'm okay. Poor old cats were supposed to be at the vets today, and the vets cancelled because they're short of staff. So poor little darlings won't get their weight checked today. Right, guys. So as you may or may not know, I was doing a giveaway on the Discord. Let me change my camera for you. Oh, this is all very new to me again. I don't use StreamYard myself. There we go. So all you have to do is make a comment and you could win one of these guys. This is my version, which I have primed and dry brushed just to show off the detail. But the version that you will get is him. Now, the only drawback is the weapon that he's got is extremely fragile. So I'm going to send the weapon with the supports on, and it will be your job to cut the supports off. Is that okay?
Makes sense.
Good. Right. So you want a winner announcement, don't you?
Yeah. Unless you want to give them 5 minutes to put a comment in, last chance.
Well, it's your call. If you want to do that, I did state you have until this show starts on the 15th of November to enter. And the show has started. So I could be a little bit of a pig and say, you're too late, everybody. But I'm quite happy to give it five minutes extra if you really want. Yeah, we had a late entry last night, not strictly coming in via the Discords. And that would be Sonic.
Yeah.
So there is now currently 6 names in the hat for 5 figures. And tell me when you want me to do the draw.
Okay, well, I'll just get to this comment where Jim's commented about at 60 years old, and then we'll do it. Julian says, we need a group song, Mikey, like Snooker Loopy hums Willie Thorne, his hair's all gone, his mates all take the rise. Okay.
Not allowed to sing on this channel.
No. You can on the Discord, though.
You get battered by Modmin.
What you'll have to do, guys, you'll have to do a video of you singing and post it on the Discord.
No, because then Mick Wilson will...
but it's my Discord, so it's my rules.
Yeah, but Mick Wilson is an art a critic, and he says I can't sing, so I'm not going to.
I actually quite like some of your singing. Dominique says, good afternoon. Hello, Dominic.
Hey, Dom.
Hi, Dom.
I don't, and I'm going to skip all the hellos to everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Jim says, at 60 years old, my weapon has become extremely fragile.
It's too much information.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready, Penny?
I am ready.
All right, we'll put you on solo.
Oh God. So, right, as there is now 6 names in the hat, what if you've got 6 names in the hat for 5 prizes, what you're effectively doing there, this is how I feel, you're effectively saying one of you is a loser. So as I've got to print the weapon off, I've decided I'm going to print an extra figure off and just give one to all 6. So I need Chef 888, Graham Mio, Tiff, R. Roldor, Julian Hall, and Sonic to just drop me a message to give me an address to post these to.
There we go. That's kind
Hmm.
of Penny.
Yeah. Wait, send mine and Sonic's to the same address.
I had a feeling you were going to say that, but
Yeah.
obviously, so as I said in the actual rules, I don't like to call them rules. I'm quite happy to cover UK postage. If there's any of those names that lives outside the UK, then if they could possibly help me out with the difference between UK postage and where they live, then I don't want to exclude anyone. But you know, if I said one day I've got 10 models and everybody who won was all from Australia, it's going to cost me a fortune.
Hmm.
That's not entirely improbable, the way this.
It's probably not. I mean, John, do you have 25 different Discord accounts?
No, I don't even have 25 different friends.
It's gonna be like Hasselhoff in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
We're big in Australia, but nowhere else.
Yeah.
So, thanks for that, Penny. That's really generous of
No
you.
worries. Do you want me to disappear?
Well, if you want to stay on, stay on.
I don't mind either way.
Do some modelling with us if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to do some modelling.
Cool. So we've got space for one more person. If you want to come up, modders, can you kindly put the link up?
Yes, I can.
If you get 2 come on, then I'm happy to drop out because
Nope. That's my job. I want to hear
no, you are an important part of this stream, far more than anyone else. Probably even more important than Bearded Veteran creates.
Oh. I wouldn't say that. No,
Well,
I'm not only here as a filler until more people join.
Okay, well, I don't mind dropping out if a couple of people want to come in. I've got things I can do on or off stream.
Yep, well, the link is in, so
Cool.
I've got a couple of comments.
Let's see if we can get anyone new on today.
Hmm.
Julian says, no, Penny has a fragile weapon.
Yeah, story of my life there.
Jim says, I can make 25 accounts and 25 friends. I'll just go to the local cemetery. Tiff put the link up. Joe says, Penny, can you send mine to M4H, please? Presumably figure painting is just as therapeutic as modelling.
Julian, how did you know that I wasn't already going to do that?
I think the one thing they've got is rule with 3D prints is you have to own the license to it, to the sculpt, to the design.
Right, even though I can give them away for free, I can't sell them.
Yeah. I'd speak to Malcolm about that first.
Okay, no worries. Oh, do you know, I'm really chuffed with him. When I got that delivery the other day, I got a little thank you note, and it looks handwritten by Malcolm.
It probably was.
Will be.
And I thought that's a really nice touch, because if he got like 1,000 orders come in every day, that's an awful lot of writing he's got to do, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a very busy man.
And yet he's got the two minutes to just write me a little note to say thank you for your order.
That is Malcolm all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim
I
says,
mean, sorry, go on.
go on.
I was going to say I'd rather have a pack at Haribo's, but you know, baby steps.
paper costs less. Oh, where? My camera's gone all wonky. There you go. Jim says, here, Penny, saying that Tiff's more important than me. Sonic says, hey guys, on my laptop, just going to go and load up the PC. Very good. June says,
Sonic.
lucky guess, Penny. Sorry, Tiff.
I just said hi. That's all.
Oh, okay. June says, lucky guess, Penny. Jim says, learned something new yesterday. Heard an Aussie use the word chuffed in a sentence.
Yeah, although we pronounce it chuffed.
I use that word a lot.
Yeah.
Mainly because of is it Blackadder? I'm as chuffed as a chuffed person with an extremely good reason to be chuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, we use it fairly often. I don't use it myself, I don't think. But yeah, well, I'm pretty chuffed with that. It's all right.
GB Models says, hello, everyone. Hello, GB Models.
Hello, GB Models.
Thank you for joining.
Hello, GB.
Now, I did.
So I was going to do some work on this Honda Jazz. Come on.
Nice.
Oh, that one. Honda Jazz. Honda Fit Jazz in Australia and UK, I think. I don't think I will. Mind you, I like how it's turned out. So what I'm doing is modelling my daughter's car. So it's got different colour panels at the front and stuff like that. And it's like a, silver bumper, light blue quarter. But I don't think I will do this. I think I'll do the Tempest. I mean, what I want to do, I think, is go out and take more photos of the interior and stuff like that before I sort of commit to it. It should be, it's a nice build. It's got carpet that you stick on the floor, which is, pretty cool. I haven't built a Tamiya car for years, but they go together beautifully. But no, I just don't think I'll do this right now. Yeah, I just think I want to take more. I've got a couple of photos. Yeah, let's have a look again.
I like your tagline, Penny.
Thank you. I actually put that in for another stream, but as soon as I put it in, I thought, oh no, is that going to be a bit rough for this stream?
No.
You like that?
Quite right, I think. Jim says, I hear it amongst those in UK before yesterday. Didn't know it was used in Ausland.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Well, we speak the same language.
Yes. Kind of.
Kind of.
You can't say no. Julian, chuffed has two meanings, happy or farted. It's important not to confuse the two.
Yes.
Oh, no, we don't use it for farting here.
Because if you chuff because someone's just given you a birthday present, that's probably considered rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave this for another day, I think.
What's the matter, John?
Nothing. I think I'll leave this for another day. I'll do.
I need to trim my
probably
brush.
the Tempest.
So, what's everyone working on in the chat, if anything? Anyone making models?
Yes.
We know you are, you fool.
There you go. That's what I'm working on because everything I'm doing for a video.
Yeah.
So this is I was planning to do this one offline, and then it was a really cheap kit. I picked up two, and I just want to practice. I've never done that mottling effect with an airbrush.
Yeah.
So and I don't even think I built an Edward kit to be honest with you. I don't remember. So I thought I'll put this together, and if it's a bit of a success, I'll probably build this one, and I can produce that as a video. But it's just that everything I've got, I need for a video. I can't even paint this because I'm doing it on my live streams.
Yeah.
So otherwise tonight everyone will go, "Oh, you've done half of it." And then I'll have to say, well, you should have been watching Bearded Veteran Creates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
You should be watching Bearded Veteran Creates anyway.
What am I doing? This isn't.
Well, they should be
Oh, yeah.
anyway, yes.
Sure.
Well, I mean, at the moment, I'm trying to get my subscribers to go over to you, but the rate you're going, I'm soon going to have to be stealing your subscribers.
Well, we're only 7 away from 500 now.
Yeah. Another 500, you'll be ahead of me, and I'll be going, can I have some of your subs, please?
Because that's how it works.
Yeah.
All righty.
We've got a couple more comments.
Yep.
Ian says, I'm working on organising my stash. It's encroaching on my other rooms. Sounds like a worthwhile endeavour.
Every
GB
time I
says,
try and work on my stash, Marion stops me. She says, "No, you've got
that's
enough."
because you tried to expand it.
Yeah, that's working on your stash, isn't it?
GB says, I'm working on the 125th International Lone Star truck. Ooh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, again, if this spray booth is too loud, let me know or mute me.
We never hear it.
Okay.
You say it every time. We never
What do you
hear
say, John?
See?
it. Oh, God, we've gone Spanish now. Scott says, building the engine for the 124 Spitfire. Nice.
Ooh.
Yes. I'm looking forward to doing the 124 Harrier.
Are you?
Yes. We've decided that because me, Ivan, and a couple of others, or me and Ivan have got the 124th Harrier, and a couple of others have got the 148.
Yeah.
So, and
So you're
Tiff got
doing a
127.
group build?
Yeah, we're going to do a group build on Discord.
I might
Excellent.
join with the 172nd Harrier.
There we go.
No.
You might get done a bit quicker than what we do.
Well, I got a bit fed up of Sea Harriers because I made the mistake of doing the Tamiya 148 little one.
Ooh, that's one of their worst kits.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's the worst kit.
Yeah, Tamiya
I'm
are
gonna need
infamous for that kit.
I mean, the thing
I'm
is,
doing
it was. I'm not that knowledgeable on Harriers, especially, and I straight away noticed that you've got these little flappy bits on the engine intakes that go in and out depending on speeds.
Yeah,
And I noticed that they're all fully closed.
Yep.
Which means that you've got to do it with the wheels down. And I want to do it with the wheels up, or is it the other way round?
Well,
Yeah.
neither. So they're literally spring loaded. So you just walk up to them and push them in. So the ones on top will fall down with gravity. The ones at
Yes,
the
but
bottom
when
will
it's
stay
when
closed.
it's flying, they will open.
No.
Is it the other way round then?
Yeah. So when it's low air speed, the engine needs more air, so it'll suck them in and open up.
Okay,
the
in that
louvers.
case, that's fine then. Because what I want to do is I've got the decals for, I can't remember the specific aircraft, but there was one of the guys who shot down an Argentinian aircraft.
Right.
Big
So
Sharky Ward.
I want to do him with either one sidewinder missing, or see if I can do it like one sidewinder is launching, and
All
then
right.
at a later stage, I'm gonna. Is it the Mirage he shot down? I've then found the decals for the plane that he shot down.
Ah,
You see,
yeah.
but they both need to be in flight. One's about to be blown up, and one's about to do the blowing up.
Yes.
Welcome, Jim.
Good morning, everyone, and how are we
Hey.
all?
Hi, Jim.
Oh,
Morning, Jim.
peachy.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Guten Freitag. Happy day. Thank you for inviting me in again, Mikey. You're most generous and kind. See, I can be generous and kind to you. It's just I have to give my props to Modman first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Budget modeler says Revel. He's doing the Revel 1650th USS Voyager. He's gluing in the pictures in the windows. Nice.
Yes, that's been going along very well. In fact, they posted the other day on Steve's channel alone. How's that StreamYard problem, Steph?
It sounds like it's a very fiddly job to put them pictures in.
That's pretty small stuff he's working with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen him work, and I think
Oh yeah,
right
yeah.
up his
Budget
street,
Modeler
isn't it?
gets it done. I agree, Penny.
Yeah, I think he will. He might be grumbling while he's doing it, but he'll just go, "Yeah, I really enjoyed that."
He doesn't grumble. He doesn't do things like that.
No, you see, I'm like that. I'll go for something that's a challenge. While I'm doing it, I'll be doing nothing but moaning, and I'll be, "Oh, why did I do this?" And then when I finally get it done, I'll be like, "Do you know what? I really enjoyed that."
Do you know what? I'm like that with figure painting. When I was
Yeah.
doing that Dothraki veteran, I was like, oh, I really don't like this. This crap. I don't like it. And then as I started getting towards the end and seeing how it was coming together, I was like, actually, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ian says, well, yeah, there will be a delivery imminently. Ooh. Julian says, Wait Rose Gary has 2 videos, unboxing and building of Mr. Craft Harrier. Sea Harrier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a mess.
Mastercraft.
Yeah. Yes. What can I say about the Mr. Craft Harrier? Watch Gary's video. He says it all.
So yeah, I've been having a look. I might do an unboxing actually of that Airfix 124th one because it's the 1990 kit.
I can
actually
remember
pretty
my
nice.
dad building that.
It's actually a pretty nice kit. There's plenty of detail in it. GB Mall says, "What have you been up to, Jim?"
Well, I'll get over to my desk, my workbench, and I'll show you all in a few minutes.
Okay,
Sure.
well, whilst you do that, we'll go on with the comments. Jim says, nice model GB. That goes back a few decades. Sonic says, sorted. Excellent. Ian says, hey, Jim. Sprue and Glue says, hi, all. Hello, Sprue and Glue.
Hello, Sprue. How
Oh,
are you?
let's bring glue.
Welcome to the channel.
Yeah.
Jim says, hello, Sprue and Glue. Graham says, good morning, everyone. Late to the stream. Grocery shopping this morning. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Not
Morning,
this one.
Graham. I think I've got to go shopping this afternoon.
Did Graham join in on the Discord giveaway, Penny? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Graham.
Graham-
Graham EO.
Yep. That's the one.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go dark, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Ooh.
All right, mate.
Gonna relocate. Okay.
Oh, I see.
So Graham, if on Discord, can you message Penny with your address because she's going to send everyone who entered a figure. So if you could do that, she would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, it was only 6 people entered, and I don't really want to do a draw that effectively says one person's a loser, so everyone gets one. And I've got to do another print anyway because I've got to do the weapons for it.
Yeah.
So it's no extra hassle to stick an extra soldier on.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, right.
There you go. GB Mall says, yes, hoping to do a good job of it, Jim. Excellent. And Steph says he's moving away from StreamYard and going to Streamlabs.
I would
Thank you,
recommend
guys.
that.
Yeah, you're on Streamlabs, Penny.
I am on Streamlabs. I have been for a long, long time. When it used to be Melon, it was. There's a couple of features on StreamYard that were better than Melon, but I kind of got used to Melon, and the streaming quality is a little bit higher for the price. And I've been on it, and it's such a shame that StreamYard decided to bang their prices up.
Yeah.
but I mean, it's becoming a really competitive market now for streaming, browser-based streaming software. So why people have, why they've decided to put their prices up and drive people away, I do not know.
Okay, someone called.
Yeah,
Arthur
StreamYard is
T
really
just-
expensive now.
Yeah.
Is that Dominic? Is it?
Yes.
That sounded like Dom.
Yes, I recognise that lovely accent anywhere.
Thank you, Penny.
No, I love the Dutch accent. It's just beautiful. It's so laid back and happy, and I am not going to let anything bother me ever. I think the angriest I've ever heard a Dutch person is when they said in this Dutch accent, "I am very, very angry with you." And that's about as far as it gets.
Which sounds terrifying.
Yes. I was scared. Yes.
All right, I'm back. GB. I
to
know.
catch up on the
Oh, go ahead, Mikey. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, because we got halfway through a comment and then we have to stop. Steph says, moving away from StreamYard, going to Streamlabs. Thank you, guys. And yes, I'm a grumpy old veteran, and boy, do I bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, Steph.
If nobody should have a problem with Streamlabs, especially if they've been using StreamYard. But if anybody does want to drop me any questions for help, I am more than welcome to help.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a look at it.
I would recommend it. Yeah.
Especially
I
if they
heard
get memberships and stuff. The membership can pay for it then.
Yeah, I heard they're doubling their rates.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is absolutely ridiculous that the price is doubled.
Yeah, I mean, 100% increase. Come on, I understand that you got to raise prices, but 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are now people that quit with live streaming.
Yep.
And only she cannot afford the price. It's too expensive.
Well, does anyone know what StreamYard was like price-wise before the price increases?
Yeah,
Because
around £20.
£20. So I was paying less than that anyway. I think I pay $17.50 for the top plan, which for me translates down to about £14-15 a month. Obviously, because I pay by PayPal and they automatically do the translations for the conversions for currency, and it varies every month. This is why I love it when the pound gets really strong against the dollar, because then it means a few of my patrons and streaming goes down in price.
2 secs, guys. 2 secs. Graham, can you private message your address to Penny rather than put it into the actual server?
Yeah,
because we don't want people having your address that shouldn't have it, mate. So what I'll do is I'm just going to delete that one so people can't see it. And if you could put it in a private message, that'd be really appreciated, mate. Brew and Glue says, I hope you're all doing well. We are indeed.
Yes, very
always.
well.
Sonic says, a couple more names. Sorry, go on.
So now I've recovered from Scale Model World.
Sonic says, a couple more names in the chat I don't recognise. More new viewers? If so, the channel's growing. Hope it keeps up, Mikey. Cheers, Sonic. Fingers crossed. And Steph says, the money men bought StreamYard and doubled their prices. Basic went from 17 to 34. There we go.
Yeah.
And yet on StreamYard, the professional one is 17 quid. Let alone the basic one.
Yeah. See, I'm on the third tier, the top tier on Melon, and I don't pay I don't pay what you're paying on the other one. The only thing I don't like about Streamlabs is I do like when because you can go into someone's stream on StreamYard, and you can press a button and it automatically stream to your channel.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I've messaged Melon a couple of times because Melon, I call them Melon because I always have, but they seem to, you send them suggestions and they seem to listen to you.
Ooh.
Julie says, I think the limiting factors of all video stream software are the computer hardware and the bandwidth requirements to host them, plus how many people can be in one chat for the same price. Yeah. Next. Tiff's put GB Models YouTube channel in. There we go.
I should be having a look at that after the
Julian,
live show.
I deliberately ignored it, Graham. Julian says, I deliberately ignored it, Graham, figuring it was private. Yeah. I have removed it because obviously there's like 40 people in the server now. I'm pretty sure you don't want them all having your address. So if you could do it in a private message, even if you send it private message to me and I can pass it on to Penny, that's fine.
Yeah, it all works for me.
Bimal says, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate it very much. Yeah.
And my wife has returned from the dentist.
With your coffee?
Well, I was hoping I might get a coffee in a minute because I haven't done my flask this morning.
Yeah, I love the flask. It looks like either a artillery round or a very large container of lipstick.
It's a it is an artillery. An artillery round. There you go, GB Models. You now have another subscriber.
There you go.
Oh, funny this.
I need a pointy stick.
Julie says, good day, all you beautiful people. Just got back from Melbourne to Snake Valley. Left at 7:30 this morning and got back here at 10:30 p.m. There we go.
Oh, a short drive, huh, Duke?
That's
Wonderful. How was the show, Duke?
Just around the corner.
Yeah, right. We're in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of sound like the Bowery Boys, John, when you say that.
Like a what, sorry?
There was an old film series back in the 1940s called the Bowery Boys. It's a neighborhood in New York City. Or I should say in New York, like around Queens. I'm not sure where the Bowery is located, but they were called the Bowery Boys, and they were New Yorkers. And
Just mute for a second, guys. Back in a sec.
Yeah, that kind of Bugs Bunny sound to your voice. I'm dancing.
Oh yeah. I like the goons in the Warner Brothers cartoons. You know, yeah, get them, Floyd. All that stuff.
Yes. So, John, what is Snake Valley?
It's a place.
Well, yes, I know, but could you be
I'm going to have to Google it. I know it's in Victoria because that's where. Duke
Well,
is,
I have an acute fear of snakes, and so if it's Snake Valley in the sense I'm thinking, I probably will never go there.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the
probably
kind of
never
place I want to visit either.
Well, it's better than Chlamydia Falls.
And what is Chlamydia Falls?
Do we want to ask that one?
I just walked into it for you, Penny. I wonder if I should put it on that side. No, that's what they got. Okay.
GB Mall says, thank you so much. Sonic says, subbed. Julian says, Graham,
Oh,
if you don't know how to private message on Discord, just right click the person's name and click message list. Yeah. Ian says, yes, GB, my first watch was your 135 F15. That's a big old F15.
135? Really? Wow.
There you go. 132nd.
Ah, okay. 132nd. Yeah,
Bloody big.
That's a big F15.
that is a large one. Yes, a Tamiya. I believe that's a Tamiya, kid. It's an old one.
I have got an F15. I think
Are
mine
you
is
telling Ian
Tamiya.
he's got a large one, Jim?
Mikey, if that's where your mind is at, then go right ahead and live there.
Sonic says, if Bugs Bunny was an Aussie, that'd be hilarious.
Well, he did
because it
one
wouldn't
Oh,
with the
no.
Marleys. Bugs Bunny wouldn't last 2 minutes with the Marleys around.
No.
Yeah, but he'd be too smart to get in front of his car.
John would be putting
Oh,
on his
yeah.
pith helmet and going hunting.
No, I think Bugs always wins in the end.
Yeah, he outsmarts his opponents. He's a good
G Moore
continent.
says, that's going back a bit, Ian, but thank you for watching that. Duke says, that was just setting up today. Leaving at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning for the actual expo. Probably get back here at 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Wow.
Oh, of course, it's Friday.
Did a model show, John?
80 says, Games Expo. He's doing. 80 says, hello all. Hello, 80.
Hello, 80.
Cheers, mate.
How are you, you big cuddly teddy bear of a man? Julian says, GB, 377 subs now. Excellent. G says, Snake Valley is a small town about 20 kilometers west of Ballarat. Cool.
Okay, what's next?
Oh,
Julian says,
between
make that
Ballarat and
378 GB.
God.
Ooh. GB says, yes, it's a F-15 Strike Eagle. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's that's the attack version. Yes.
The mud.
Graham sent Penny a message to confirm. There we go.
Let me check my.
Graham sent you a message, Penny.
I've got lots of messages coming through. Yes. I suppose I'd better hit yes, accept this person.
Yeah.
Yes, Graham, you are in the
Julian
correct
says,
place
thanks,
now.
Duke. Jude says, thanks, Duke. I was confusing it with the snake, the twisty road outside LA.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of what?
And 80.
Outside of Los
80 says, I'm good, just spending time with the missus. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good man. Ooh. And Benji says, good morning, Jim.
And I tell him, good morning, Benji, my canine friend.
These AK pens really do dry quickly.
Yeah, they do, don't
Yeah, there's a few items that I'm starting to become caught up in the constant reference to them and exposure of them on the modeling channels that I may start, get one myself because everyone else seems to be using them. And the markers are one of them.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
are.
try one,
They are.
get like a basic color and see how it works for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, love.
Duke says, Snake Valley has a population of about 750 people.
Well, what a town.
And 8,000 snakes.
Yeah, what it doesn't tell you is
Oh,
it doesn't tell you the population before the snakes moved in.
I was going to say, it's just dropped down to 749. Oh, 748.
Julian, Duke, do the snakes outnumber the humans?
They do in Parliament.
Scott says, well, Tasmanian devil is Australian. Looney Tunes.
John's political
Bravo, Mr. Marley.
We have a
Bravo.
Taz. We have a Taz as the channel mascot.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah.
Take him out the paint.
Hello, Benji.
It's not Ben.
Oh, you're Tasmanian. I've got my minion glasses on. I can't see more than a half a foot away from myself without my regular glasses.
Likewise, Jim. I'm
Bloody Mr. Magoo. I mean, I'm bald too. You know that works.
Duke says the kangaroos definitely outnumber them, Julian. What? Yeah, Duke says the kangaroos definitely outnumber them.
Oh, okay. The ruse. All right.
Yeah. It's all right, Mr. Marley's on
Sonic
the
says blah 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 yakety smackety.
Smackety.
GB says, I think Jim remembers my SBD Dauntless that I built.
Oh yeah, the 1/18th scale. I think it was Merritt was the kit maker. Yeah, it's a nice kit.
Good memory, Jim.
God,
Jim
I'm
says-
struggling with a 1/18th zero.
Oh, Duke. Okay. June says, laugh out loud, Duke, so it should be Roo Valley then. Gray says, all done, thank you everyone. Red face now faded. Oh, don't be embarrassed, mate. We've all got to learn tomorrow.
Yeah, I did that one time too, Graham. So it my junk mail went up because of it too. So it is a factor. Do have to practice discretion.
Aussie Ian's in. Aussie Ian's in. He says, happy Friday evening, everyone.
Ah,
G'day, Ian.
good morning, Ian, or good evening, I should say.
Yeah.
And
Evening.
Sonic says, think it was Taz's dad who said that. Right. Is Modders back?
Oh dear.
Do you know if she's back? Let me know in the chat, Modders. Duke says, from memory, only one person has died from a snake bite for a very long time. Apparently, he thought that would be fine without treatment. Apparently, you still require treatment. Yes.
Well, I think it depends on the
And
snake,
Ian said,
right?
hi, Ian.
Lamba, I think your days are numbered. Your hours are numbered, I should say.
Well,
Yeah.
Marion was bitten by a snake in her younger days. True story.
Was there a black adder?
In the Savanac Forest in Wiltshire, Hampshire. An adder.
Yes.
She spent a week in hospital with her. Swollen leg, but then again,
There you go, Scott's models. Sorry. Scott Small says we have to get permission from Warner Brothers to use the name Devils for the new AFL team.
Really?
Oh,
Really daft.
There's a hockey team in the NHL called the New Jersey Devils, and they've been called that for decades now. I didn't know they needed permission from Warner Brothers. Are they
yeah,
gonna
they do.
use
It's
the
ridiculous
Tasmanian-
because the Tasmanian devil, of course, is an actual animal in Australia. So it's pathetic that we have to kowtow to an American company to call something that's
Well-
uniquely Australian.
Well, my question is,
That's because
Scott,
it's
is there going to have the Tasmanian Devil as their mascot? Maybe that's what they
No,
have to get
no, they wouldn't.
permission for.
No way.
Well, I understand what you're saying, John. Yeah, that the creature itself is indigenous to your area, to your country, I should say. So, or Tasmania. Oh God, I do an awful Australian.
so did John.
Oh, what a crowd!
Oh, for those that don't know, today the Royal Army Medical Corps ceases to exist.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
It's been disbanded. What they're
And?
doing is instead of having a separate corps of medics and doctors, they're putting all the dentists, psychiatry, everything all in one corps and calling it the Royal Army Medical Service.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The RAMS. The Rams.
So
You
the
might
medics
need
will
permission
no longer
to
have
cross
to wear
into
cap
the
badges.
Rams.
How long do you think it will be before Disney copyrights that and then sues
Yeah, right. Yeah.
the services?
Yeah, Disney and Amazon, they'll own the world. And the Chinese.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos.
Aussie Ian says, my sister had a red belly black snake in her garden last weekend. Ooh,
All right.
Is that a
Yeah.
bad one? Is that a
Oh,
bad
they're bad. Yeah, they will.
yeah?
They will kill you before you know it.
It's like the brown snake?
that's like everything in Australia.
Yeah. Well, Well, here's the thing. So yes, we have like I can't remember the figures of, say, the 20 most deadly snakes in the world. Australia has maybe 18 of them, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
However,
That
I've
sounds
not
about right.
seen a snake in the wild, so the problem's not as bad as you might think.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about, give your shoes a good shake before you put them on. Check when you go to reach under your furniture first. And
Yeah.
always give a good knock on the door when you walk in, so you don't surprise like a wallaby or a I don't know what else.
No, it's
Australian.
fine.
Yeah, I suppose in reality, given how big Australia is and how much of it is actually inhabited, there probably aren't that many dangerous things around. And with us being bigger than most of these creatures, it's like the adder hare. You to even see an adder, because he's probably spotted you, got scared and run off before you've spotted him.
Yeah, that sounds
So-
right.
Like Steve Irwin used to do. I'm bigger than you, mate. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
You're more likely to see a grass snake in the UK than an adder.
Yeah.
And they're protected.
Yeah. Julian says, no red face grave, no harm done. I've seen someone post a check on Facebook, previously complete with bank details, so your whoopsie was harmless.
Whoa. Wow.
Mm.
Oops. That was a mistake. Change that account quickly.
Scott says, Tasmanian Devils is trademarked and has been for years.
Really? Oh, okay. Well,
Julian says, no, Graham, you're confusing is and awful Australian with does and awful Australian. Oh, does and awful Australian. There we go.
Yeah, but again, I think trademarking the name of an animal is just
no
bloody
guarantee.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't see how you can trademark something that existed before you did.
Well, it's not in their country, so the American courts only care about what happens in their country. So the Tasmanian Devils, if that's what they want to call a
fully
football
enough.
team. Yes.
Under American law, Americans are covered by their free speech laws wherever they are in the world. However, people who are not American are not covered even if they're in America.
That's right. Which is why they wanted to hang Julian Assange for doing what he did, which was ridiculous. He should not have done that.
Have you hear of that man that he lives in he died, but he lives in South Africa, and he was the big man, the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
His real name was Freek Vonk, and he is original from New Zealand of Australia, and he is bitten by a green mamba.
Oh.
ooh, that's
And he died.
that
couple
sounds
weeks
nasty.
ago.
Have you seen that stupid man on YouTube that deliberately gets himself bitten just so he can describe the symptoms to you?
Yeah, that guy that is bitten by a black mamba.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
watched
he was
one where
crazy.
he purposely got himself stung by one of those giant Japanese hornet or whatever it is.
Wow.
And he's,
Really?
and he's
Whoa.
sitting there going, oh, my hand's getting nut. Oh, the pain's getting really intense. And I'm like, well, why did you do it then?
GV Mall says, well, you have to go now, guys, but to everyone in the chat, have a great weekend. And everyone,
Take
thanks
care.
again for the subs. Cheers.
All the
Cheers,
best, mate.
Jeeves.
See you, GB.
Yeah. Jim says, CGB. Duke says, if you live in the bush area, you have to be careful. There's not much chance of snakes in the city as there's too much vibration along the roads and surrounds. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I get it.
You are kidding me, aren't you?
Well, I think I've
Okay, that's doable.
reached the point where I'm going
There's always one thing. You see a dangerous snake, walk away. The snake do nothing. You do the snake nothing. He do nothing
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Walk away.
You're
That's
too
the best
big to
thing
be
to do.
prey for him.
Problem is, if it's in grass, you don't often see it in time.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most
but
people aren't looking for
generally
things
he'll
around
bite
the
you
feet.
if he feels threatened. So
Yeah.
don't go, oh, there's a big dangerous snake. Let's track him and see what he does.
No, do that not. That is dangerous.
No, I'm quite
Duke
happy
says
with my
reference trade-
So go on.
Reference trademarking. Tell that to Games Workshop. Tolkien created Orcs. Games Workshop copied it exactly and changed one letter and trademarked it. They do a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
31 and 30.
Brian says, I remember stopping for a pee in the New Forest. Went into the woods a little way until I came to a clearing. Started to pee and looked around to find myself surrounded by dozens of snakes. They're big.
Oops. Oops. That would freak me out.
Yeah.
Lawyers? What are they doing out in the forest?
Yeah.
Tiffany says, yep, Games Workshop Orcs are now Aurochs. There we go.
Oops.
By the way, the new subscribers, how are you finding the Discord channel? Hope you're enjoying it.
If I can, I
hope
love
you're
it.
enjoying this channel as well.
Well, I love it. I'm not a new one, but I got a new frontier to conquer. I got to be able to connect via my browser to the smoke pit so I can join you guys. That wasn't a very pleasant experience for me yesterday.
Be right back. I'm just going to make a drink.
Oh, sure.
I'll take one too.
I have come to the conclusion that Edward are sadists.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Edward is Penny. Edward is there isn't something that they don't like to make three parts that should go in that should call for.
Oh, I understand molding restraints, but I've been putting this cockpit together, and so far you've got this main piece there, then you've got to put that wheel on, then another wheel on top of the wheel.
Yep.
Then you've got to put the seat back and seat front. Then I put that bit's quite straightforward. And now I've got these two tiny pedals, which have to go in like that. And I understand that it's making it more detailed.
Well, yeah. Here's something to think of too. I don't know if you've built a BF 109 before, but the cockpit is essentially a coffin. So by the time you get all that detail in there and put the fuselage halves together, about 20% of what you're building is going to be able to be seen.
Yes,
Exactly.
I noticed it's all pretty much all the same color as well. So weathering is going to be essential, isn't it?
What is the scale, Penny?
1:48.
Okay, that's a good scale.
Yeah, it's
That's a
my favorite.
BF 109F, is that correct?
I think it's the G.
Oh, the G, so
I
everything will
don't-
be
I don't
RLM
know what
66.
difference it makes between an F and a G. I don't know much about BF 109s, but
Yeah, not much.
You just hear the rivet counters right now shaking in their shoes.
Yeah, no, the interior is much the same. It's just might be a trim wheel, different color, but yeah, different things on the outside. But there we go. It's all right.
I
I
don't
think in the
care.
case of the F and the G, I think the difference may have been in the perhaps in the horsepower rated of the engine.
It probably is because I don't know specific makes, but I read somewhere that it was a vastly superior aircraft and then they came up against the Spitfires, and then they had to do something to outwit the Spitfires, and that's why you've got 400 marks of BF 109 and 27 Spitfires, because they're just basically built to outdo the other one.
Well,
Did I get any of that right?
Well, the later models of the BF 109 were well, you were kind of like what happened to the Zero. The airframe became burdened by the engines and the requirements that they were putting on it as the war developed, and it became a high altitude interceptor that was fighting the Americans during the daylight bombing campaign. And so they put more armor on it, heavier firepower, and it was basically the same airframe as the early types. And so it was slower and less maneuverable, and it took a good pilot to utilize what it could do. But yeah, it was pressed into service long since after it should have been replaced. It's a good aircraft, but you had to have the right guy, person flying it.
Oh,
would you agree, John? You're my airframe and power plant guy.
Well, that sounds like a fair assessment. Yes,
because that's what happened to the Zero too. The later models of the Zero were just totally overburdened by armor protection and heavier firepower.
well, they never had any, did they?
No, they didn't. No. The Japanese aircraft design was a totally different ballgame from what most countries did in the 1930s. Theirs was based on speed and maneuverability and rate of climb. You never did any dogfighting with a Japanese aircraft pilot, whether it was a Ki-43 or the Zero, because that's what they were trained to do, and they had the aircraft to do it. You did it by different methods.
Okay. So let's continue with the comment.
Sorry, Mikey.
Julie says the problem with snakes is if someone else annoys the snake previously, you pop it for someone else being abound. Yes.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true of humans as well.
Yeah, I must admit that if I've had a customer that's annoyed me, God help the next customer.
Jake says, I have to go to bed now, so I have to get up in 5 hours. Have a great weekend, everyone. I will put a few pics on Discord. Excellent.
Drive safe, Jim. Jim, sorry. Duke, drive safe.
Pleasant dreams.
Ian Ellison says, complete noob to this Discord. It's all right. That's why we have modders and Gary and John and Penny and me and everyone else to teach you and help you learn. Scott says, I used to catch snakes when I was younger, copperhead and tiger snakes. Ooh.
Oh,
no,
there you go.
You're more than welcome to, but not for me, thank you.
Their cousins are indigenous here in America.
Julian says, Tiff, they were orcs at one point, and Uruk is Tolkien's Elvish for orc. So Uruk is a wee bit closer, I think. Who knows? Jeff lights in. He says, a very good morning, guys. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning.
Jeff with a picture of a Vulcan. Julian says, I think there are so many marks of Spitfire because after R.J. Mitchell died, so did Innovation. Had he lived, he'd have done the same as Sidney Cam, who recognized the Hurricane and the end of life and replaced it. There you go.
Yeah, but they had some
I don't know.
I won't use the word ridiculous, but like there was a mission where they needed to clip the wings or something, and that then becomes a different mark.
Yeah. Ish.
Like the beer barrel, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the main thing with the Spitfires, the wings didn't change much after the Mark V. They had the A, B, and the C wing. C is a universal. It can have, you can fit either guns or cannon to it, and it's really up to the pilots what they wanted. The wing tips were designed to be removable and replaceable, for having pointy ones or elliptical ones or straight ones. The main differences were power plant. And that's mainly power plant.
Well, didn't they have the clip wing version? Wasn't it meant for low altitude operations? Yeah, it's certain air density. You have a faster rate of roll, but it's less stable as something like a gun platform.
Anyway, moving on. Comments, if there are any.
Yes. Jeff says, pretty good, thanks, Penny. Hope all well with everyone. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, top of the world.
All is
happy,
good
happy.
in this hood.
Oh,
All
very,
good
very,
in the hood.
oh, very rhythmic, Gary.
Gary's getting down with the kids.
Well,
No,
I'll
no,
be
no.
hon-
That would be. Wait a minute. The hood. That wouldn't that be bonnet?
Yeah.
No.
yeah, but bonnet doesn't rhyme with good, so I'll stick with all good in the hood.
Yeah.
We're all on it in the bonnet.
Yeah, I like that.
About
Oh my
All is
god,
good in the
Jim's
hood.
cool.
Oh, far from it.
When they say always good in the hood, they mean it in American terms, as in hood
Yes.
in neighborhood.
Yes, neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, just as a representative American, I would say not everyone in America says hood. That's not universal.
Yes.
I prefer neighborhood myself.
Scott. Scott says they clipped the wing to help combat the FW-190s. Indeed.
That makes
really?
sense.
Okay, because the FW was also meant as a high altitude aircraft, as well as low altitude.
He said
Don't you think
it
the
gave them a better roll
FW-190
rate.
Oh, right, yeah. Like John was saying, the ability to operate under 20,000 feet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the problem with in my opinion, the problem with the FW-190 had the worst undercarriage ever.
I would think
No.
it would be the BF-109, Gary. 5%
No,
of
the
all
190 was fantastic.
were destroyed in accidents because of that narrow track landing gear. But the 190, really, I didn't know about that. It had a did it have a reputation for a difficult plane to land?
Just to me, it looks very spindly. But
All right. Okay, so I'll grab two, and we'll have a talk about that.
John,
Yeah.
John, I would love to share a drink with you and talk airframe and power plant for hours on end. It is a subject I would love to discuss.
I'm just going to disappear for a couple of minutes. Cats and coffee in that
luck.
order, obviously.
I like that. Some coffee.
Scott says it gave them a better roll rate. Yep. Julian, that's what I meant. After RJ Mitchell, they tinkered with the same basic airframe. Cam binned the entire thing and designed a new one.
Yeah, well, he came up with the Typhoon, right? That was a replacement for the Hurricane.
Yeah, and it was an absolute dog of a plane, so they spent years and years trying to make it better.
They came up with the Tempest.
Yeah, and then had to have 5 goes at that before they perfected it. So, yeah, Sydney Cam made as many mistakes as RJ Mitchell did. I mean, everything apart from the Spitfire and his seaplanes were unworkable. So,
when you
wasn't
think
the greatest
about
designer.
when you think about it, these aircraft were designed let's just, I know the Spitfire was before, but let's say 1940. We'd only been flying for 30 odd years.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah.
So mistakes are going to get made, aren't they?
Yep.
Just going to work. Let's have a look. Plug this in. Should have a
Ian
top
says,
camera now.
About the 190 it's a pure personal opinion. To me, it looked like it has the worst undercarriage ever.
Right. So here's the thing. So this, I'll be quick, Mikey. I promise. This is a F109E. So this is one of the Battle of Britain ones,
Yeah.
and this is the FW190A. So both in the same scale and all that sort of stuff. Say again.
That's
There we
all right.
go.
Thank you.
Right. So the thing with the BF109 is that point there at the top of the undercarriage. That one point supports the wing and the undercarriage and the engine. It all comes together at that point there. So they're able to take the wings off totally and put these on, say, the back of a train and sort of
Gary's in
take it
control
off
a
and
minute.
everything else. Say again?
I think Mikey's been called away. Carry on.
Okay. Oh, right. So that one point there is very strong. Now, as a result of that, if it had a flaw, the BF109, it could never have. This one had two machine guns on top of the engine and a 20mm cannon in the V, the upside down V of the engine there. But it couldn't fit big guns into the wing. It was too thin, and they couldn't adapt it because it would just flex too much.
Yeah.
So this came along. This is designed by Kurt Tank, and straight away you can see how much better the undercarriage is. It's literally twice as wide.
Yeah, the width is what made it more stable.
Yeah. These had a lot of like landing, like people cartwheeling and spinning in the wings. These are stable as all get out. But if you have a look at the thickness of the undercarriage oleos, there's no difference between the two, really. Yeah. So these ones, everything about this one, apart from that, Kurt Tank, when he designed these, it's he's got a retractable tail wheel and it's a spring in that little part of the tail there and everything else. Absolute brilliant design. When the canopy's retracted, that's a spring-loaded ladder, pops down. It's an ingenious design.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. And they could fit bigger guns into these because they put them in it's shooting through the
the landing
the undercarriage bay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was called the I think the initial the A8 and A. The early 190s are called Butcher Bird because of the massive firepower.
Yeah, I gotta love that eagle. That sort of Teutonic eagle. And that it's fantastic.
That's what I want to put. I've got the Tamiya A8 kit, and I want to make it just like the box cover. It's got the half eagle. It's got the head is not there, but the rest of the body is. I think you've seen that version. It's got a black nose with with that really cool diagonal the stripe on the spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lessons over. Thank you for being attentive.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Will that be in the test next week?
Surely will. Ian says he's been to RJ Mitchell's Blue Black House, which is across the road from the very first co-op, allegedly. Okay. He was a genius, I've got to say that. Agreed, Jim. The 109's landing gear was too narrow, hence, as you said, landing accidents. Yeah.
Quite a few.
But they couldn't change it because of the wing design didn't allow to have them splayed out any further. But the Mark 9 changed everything for the Spitz, or it did. That was the difference between everything else that came before and the Mark 9, is the Mark 9 had a 2-stage supercharger, so it could double the pressure of the air at higher altitudes compared to all the earlier ones.
Right.
But they had to make the nose longer to make it fit.
Oh, it gave it that beautiful classic look.
Yeah. That's a beautiful plane. Jim says he loves the 109, John. Joseph Pillar's aircraft, very well spotted.
Priller, pardon me, not Pillar. Priller.
Yeah, Joseph Priller. And what I love about these, they've got it's a crow on the back carrying an umbrella.
With a bloody nose.
Yeah, and that's designed to look like Prime Minister Chamberlain, which I think is a wonderful sort of...
Are you serious? Was that really what it was?
Yeah. It's like a crow with a bloody nose.
I've just had a new book turn up.
Oh
yeah,
and it is. All right. Oh, the AV-8B on the cover. I like that.
The vertical reality. Ooh, I've got vertical reality going on right now.
There's great aircraft, and then there's a Harrier, and the Harrier is like, oh my God.
Yeah, wow.
My first Matchbox kit I built was the Harrier.
Yeah, first what, sorry?
My first Matchbox kit.
Oh.
Yes, when I was a wee baton.
A wee baton.
Lots of lovely color reference photos.
All of like 13 years old with a full head of hair, and my knees didn't hurt.
The only time I ever had a close look around a Harrier was in the Philippines with an American Marines Harrier. And the guy I was walking around with, he was saying, I'd say, it's a McDonnell Douglas design. I said, well, it's not really. It's
no, it's not. No,
not strictly.
Sorry, mate. No.
No. So I was explaining that to him, and he was saying he was adamant that no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like he was only taught that it was an American design, made in St. Louis, or whatever. And
that's
Britain
what
had nothing
Donald
to do with it.
Trump
In fact, if anything, the British stole the idea from the Americans. I'm just thinking, yeah, that's why you're a Marine and not in the Air Force. But you know,
Well, the Air Force rejected it. They didn't want it. The U.S. Air
Didn't
Force.
need it.
Marines are the only
Didn't need
branch of American service that took it in.
yeah,
So
it was
you
a
gotta give
stunning
credit.
aircraft. It's amazing. 80 says, "Hey John, have you been to Telford?
80
Did you
says,
know
"Hey,
what,
John."
80? You know, I have been to Telford.
But not this year.
Not this year, unfortunately, no.
We'll meet up next year and talk about airframe and power plant.
I've got a feeling you two will be in the corner for 2 days, and when people say to you, "Did you see the such and such stall?" You go, "No, I must have missed that."
I'll tell you what corner John won't be in, and that's the corner where the bar was situated.
Was there a bar?
It was the year you went.
Yeah, how do you miss it? It's right next to the entrance.
I was too busy
You have to
dribbling.
walk past it
They
to go
serve
in.
alcohol there?
Say again, Jim?
They serve alcohol there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I Sunday lunchtime I had a very nice pint of Camden Pale Ale with Nick from Models for Heroes. It was very
Well,
nice.
you've sold me for next year then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's what makes it
They don't-
different
they don't
from
serve alcohol.
American model shows, is they have very nice beers there. Except they put them in the microwave, I'd wager.
No Doom Bar though, John.
Oh, Doombar is such a good beer. DJ Sonic says he always found how they timed the gun firing with the gaps of the props really impressive.
Oh,
Yeah.
good credit Anthony Fokker for that.
Correct. Yeah. It's called an interrupter gear. There's a really good, if you look up interrupter gear, there's a YouTube 3D animation which explains it all with no words. It is a wonderful invention.
If you are ever in London, if you go to, I think it's Science Museum,
Yeah.
or it's either the Science Museum or Aria Pendon, and they have a really, really good demonstration of it.
With that one, the
I'll put
Fokker
money-
Eindecker.
Oh, look at that! It's got rigging on it.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
Ah, just checking. I didn't know whether anyone.
Well, why are
whether-
you all ignoring me?
Well, I didn't know whether people couldn't hear me or you were all just talking over me. I wasn't sure.
Bit of column A, bit of
yeah.
column B.
I think we might
Yeah,
be.
'cause every time I went to read something out, somebody else read it.
I'm trying to help because I thought you disappeared.
Yeah, you at one point. I'm sure you said you got to go.
No, I said Gary's in charge because Kay had I took my parcel in, so I went to get my parcel off her.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Yeah, you said
I
someone
didn't
got
actually hear you say Gary's in charge. You know, for
No.
a few seconds there, I had complete control and didn't know it.
Got it. Damn it, Jim.
Yeah. Sonic says, always found how they timed the good. Yeah, we've read that one. Julie says, indeed, Gary, the pace of innovation between the Wright brothers' first flight and breaking the speed of sound was only half a century. Yeah.
Yeah, and then not long after that, we went into space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's actually mind blowing how quick technology advanced.
Yeah. Ian Ellison says, nice wash stickers, John.
Yeah, thank you. Not my design.
It's instead of
Carry on.
Yeah, it's instead of using the.
I get it.
Just checking because Australia is about 30 years behind everyone else.
No, that's
Um,
Adelaide. It's only parts of Australia.
That's where I want to
Julie
live
says,
now. I
intro-
don't want to be part of this world. I'll move to Adelaide.
Yeah,
Julian says the interrupter gear was a German invention, if I recall correctly, from World War One. Certainly was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
Realise every time they open fire, they shut their own propeller off.
Next.
Oh, God.
Andy Wilson. I don't really do air shows, but seeing a Harrier hovering over the sea, maybe 100 meters from the beach, and dipping its nose to the crowd was a highlight. Yes.
We
That's
had
pretty cool. I
we had
remember doing that.
when I was out in southern Italy with the Harriers in 2000 when we were policing the Balkans. We had to have a Harrier had to do an air test one day. Part of the air test was that it had to hover for a set amount of time.
Yeah.
But because we were in early summer in Italy and the temperatures were so high, the only time they could find to do the air test and hover was at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And literally, because they carry a lot of water on the Harrier for when they're hovering, it's all to do with I'm not sure whether it's weight and balances or cooling and that sort of thing. Literally 7 o'clock in the morning, there's a Harrier hovering at about 500 feet over Joy del Colle airfield, and he only just managed to do it. He was really nose high.
Mm.
Beautiful airplanes.
They are.
June says, I think the main problem Spitfires and probably a few tail draggers had was the nose obscured the view taxiing, so pilots fishtailed to see in front of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same with a lot of planes in the Second World War. A lot of them had riders on the wing, which is a
Imagine
very
taxiing that.
Yeah,
That's
imagine
a
being
bloody
the guy on the
fat
wing.
nose. Yeah.
Corsair, the same thing. Same thing with the 109.
Isn't that a general issue though with
Tail sitters.
tail sitters? Yeah.
Yeah.
Next. Yes, we can skip that conversation. We're done with that now.
I mean, oh.
Right. Is there anybody I can ask a stupid technical question of on this BF 109?
Well, you can ask John. He's good at stupid questions.
Right.
Yeah. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. But give it a crack.
So this part there, J1,
Yeah.
is a clear part, but they're asking me to paint it.
Yellow.
This bit there is yellow, and then this little bit in the middle is flat black, and it doesn't tell me anything about that bit in the middle. Can I assume that that's going to remain clear?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's the fuel line.
Okay, so the fuel's going to come through there, and he's actually going to see the fuel because it's a clear pipe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. This is why I love modelling in groups, because I can ask what might be a stupid question for you.
No such thing as a stupid question.
Well, quite often people say to me, the only stupid question is the one that you didn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Graham says, wish I could stop my sister-in-law's interrupting you.
Hi, Kieran.
Yes, Kieran's in. Hello.
Hello.
Tiffany says, the RAF have been doing night exercises over mine the last few nights.
Yeah, I think there are some Swiss F-18s at Leeming at the moment. But I would imagine they won't do night flying until the end of their detachment. They only arrived this week, so it's probably the Eurofighters out of Coningsby or the F-35s at Amaren.
June says 47 we broke the sound barrier, 61 the first manned space flight, 69 man landed on the moon.
Yeah,
apparently.
Crazy, isn't it?
Apparently.
Yeah. And Gary was around for two of them.
So was I.
Ian says,
5 years
question,
old
we're all
when
in
they,
one-
Thank you, Jim. Us Oldens need to stick together.
You're doggone right. Watching it on a black and white television too.
I remember
Gary's
black
watching it
and
by
white.
semaphore.
That was the days when I was the remote control.
Yeah,
I had a black and white telly in my bedroom when I was a kid.
you had to push the big button in.
They had to give about 10 minutes for the tube to warm up.
The little white light when you turned it off.
Yep, like the Outer Limits television show.
Because that was when, TV stopped at 11 o'clock and they played the national anthem.
Yes,
They
that's
played the
right.
national, finished at 11, they played the national anthem, and then there was nothing on then until about 11 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, there was a little test card that went beep
Oh, yeah.
all
Yeah.
night long.
You're surrounded by old folks, Mikey.
Yeah, but I get on with them better.
Yes. You get along with your peers?
Not really.
Ah, okay. Well,
How are you finding that reciprocating display, Dubry McFirkin, Penny?
My jury is out on it
Right.
because it moves backwards and forwards at like so many millimeters forwards
Yeah.
and backwards. And I just don't think it can beat going like that.
Yeah.
But as you are seeing right now, I'm dealing with a clear part,
Yeah.
which is not attached to anything.
Yeah.
And I just want to sand that end off. And I have to be very, very careful with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The other issue I have with it is you have all of these various heads. Let me just put that clear part somewhere I'm not going to lose it. So it is useful for reaching down into areas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look, the bottom of the head is actually higher than the handle. So you can only realistically get it in that far.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if they brought that head down and across,
Mm-hmm.
so that it's say this low down, a little bit like your razor saw principle.
Yeah.
I don't know where my razor saws are, but if it came down this far, now you can get it in the full length. Because let me find something straight, straight and long. So look, I can't. That's a really bad example, I know, but
Yeah.
so that you can see that I can't.
Yeah.
I can't stand that, but I can do it from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it could do with coming down. It would make it a little bit less stable.
Mm.
It's not quick.
Yeah.
So it really is only for really delicate parts.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. It's just got me out of bother right now. But if I hadn't done this part, I would say, to be honest with you, you're probably better off with some good sanding sticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
nearly pulled the trigger on one at Telford, but the price was a little bit higher than I was.
Yeah, was it about 60 quid or something?
35.99, I think
35.
they were asking, but I
See,
can get it cheaper on AliExpress.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. My opinion of it is once you've got it, you will find uses for it. Would I pay 35 quid again knowing? Probably not.
I was more wondering whether it would be useful for sanding resin and 3D prints.
Oh, do you know what has been useful for my 3D prints?
Yeah.
You know, you get all of those funny little dots where
Yeah.
been. I mean, bases is irrelevant because I can just get a flat bit of sandpaper, but
yeah.
I mean, the majority of my supports pull off quite nicely, but
yeah, mine do now.
Just every now and again, you just want to get in there. You've got a nice little pointy angle. Let me get the box out. So you have all these various different heads. You've got a nice small one there. I've just dropped that in there. You've got this corner one. But see where it lets itself down is it goes forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
So you can't get right into the corner because it's just knocking against the wall.
Yeah.
But I did see someone else do a review on it, and he said because Display do like their little version of a Dremel, where you put a little bit on the end and it goes round.
Yeah.
And he says he'd much rather have that, but obviously that can't get right in the corners either, can it?
No.
So I like it. If I knew about it before I bought it, would I have paid for it for 35 quid? I really don't know, but it's not a complete waste of money.
Okay. Cheers, mate. Sorry, Mikey, you were going to say something.
Yeah, we've got quite a few comments. Ian says, question, were all the 109 engines upside down?
Yes.
It depends which way the plane was up, I suppose.
I was going to say that, Mike. You just beat me to it.
They were DB601 engines, later DB 605.
605, I think.
605. And that's it there. So it's an inverted V12. Yeah.
There you go.
John,
It
are
was
you
only
one of those
inverted
people?
just to claim the right way up.
John, are you one of those people I have to be really nice to because you know just about everything I'd ever want to know?
I don't.
Yes.
I really don't.
You know a lot, though.
Well, just I'm as fascinated by the technology of these things as a lot of people.
I don't mean you know a lot as in you're a know-it-all. I mean you know a lot as in you're probably a really good idea for a first port of call if I have a question.
Yes. Thank you.
See, even I can mess up compliments.
Julian says a few ground crew were killed keeping tails of aircraft down. If I recall correctly, one WAF survived somehow when a Spit took off with her on the tail. Oh dear.
Whoa.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, a couple of Aussies
exciting,
did that
isn't
as
it?
well.
Should have jumped off before it got airborne.
Ooh. Did you hear about that photographer the other week that got killed by an aircraft?
No.
She was doing a photo shoot with a parachutist that was just about. The idea was she was going to go on take photographs as they're going on the aircraft, and photograph them in the air and stuff. And as she was taking photographs of them boarding the aircraft, she stepped backwards into a rotating propeller.
Oh, that's why they say have a good look around.
That is messy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she tried
This
to
is how far
recreate the
behind we are in
scene
the
from
comments.
Catch 22, did she?
Yeah. Scott, this is how far behind we are in the comments. Scott says it's a fuel line. There we go. Jim says rather odd aspect to the airplane. Not sure what the reasons were. He says thanks,
Just
Jim.
interrupt. I'm going to jump out because I'm going to go and out Mary and do the shopping. So I will see you guys later
All
on.
right, mate.
Yeah,
Oh, sure.
Gary. Take care.
Cheers.
All right, later, dude. Which means we have one place open if anyone wants to come up for the last half hour.
Whee!
What do you think of
Very
the
good.
intercooler of my car?
Looks good.
Very nice.
That is a resin part. I glue a resin part on the inside. It looks nicer than the original.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks much more to scale.
Yeah.
Modders, can we put the link back up, please?
It's already
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it came up just after I said it. Yeah, if anyone wants to come up for the last half hour, you're more than welcome. Ian says, thanks, Jim.
My pleasure.
Julian, I was almost around for the moon landing, born in 1970. Andy Wilson, we had a VHF black and white TV with only 2 channels. BBC Two was just a dream.
Ah,
I remember
It's,
rushing home to watch the very first program on Channel 4.
I remember Channel 5 coming out because they used the Spice Girls to advertise it, didn't they?
No.
And my stepbrother had a poster of the Spice Girls on his wall. It's like a promotional thing that you got out in the newspaper. Ian says, I think the guy at Cosford Museum said maintenance, Jim. Julian says, Jim, I'm guessing it was something to do with the supercharger and or weight distribution.
There's a really good video on YouTube that explains it all and why. I can't remember what it is. I'll look it up. I'll put it in Discord. But he explains it. A lot of it's to do with lubrication, oil.
Ooh. So it's all about the lube, is it, John?
Yeah, possibly.
Oh.
Hey guys.
Kieran,
Hey,
Kieran
Sonny.
says,
morning, Sonic.
Morning, Sonic.
Hello.
Kieran says, I think it also makes the sense of gravity lower. There you go.
Probably all of the above.
Julian, I've never understood why Rolls-Royce took so long to use fuel injection, engines cutting out if they went into a straight dive, was the Spitfire and Hurricane's Achilles heel. Yeah.
Until some woman invented some little tiny something she did, didn't she?
Yes, it's Professor Schiller.
Yes.
Making Models says, afternoon, ladies. Afternoon, Carletta.
Oh, shillings. Yeah, shillings.
Ian says, Upside Down explains how they had room for the guns above the engine. Yeah.
That's
Right.
true.
That's, I think, yeah, that's right. Yes.
Kieran says, Julian, carbs produced more power at the time. Yes, carburetors.
And they say carbs are bad for your diet.
Julian, they were if you were in the hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Julian, I do know Richard Wyatt, UK reporter, was smacked on the head by the wing of a low-flying aircraft. He survived. Yeah.
Woo! Man, what a headache.
The better-looking Marley's in. He says, Julian, I believe the reason was the Axis powers had poorer quality fuel, so they injected to increase the power.
That's actually one of the reasons, yes.
Yeah. Brian, I remember running home from primary school each day to find out what had happened to Apollo 13. Yeah, I like that film.
A very good film, yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Julian said, Miss Schilling's orifice, it was known as.
Yeah.
See, I'm good with stories. I'm just
very
not so
crude,
good with
Julian.
details.
See, I'm not very articulate, so I get my words jumbled up quite a lot. Ian says, there was a big ad campaign for Channel 5 back then. I remember loads of celebs involved and posters everywhere. And when it launched, everyone took the Michael. Yeah.
Slight change of subject.
Julian.
The advert I remember the most round about that time was have you seen Sid?
Sid.
We'll see how old people are. Where's Sid?
Julian
Right,
says,
I
thanks,
remember-
Paul, and evening.
Right.
Yeah. Ian, I think I've just seen that clip, Julian. An audible clonk and a flying body. Lol. Julian, if I recall correctly, Miss Schilling was a waff. There you go.
Yeah.
Julian, John, I've updated your name as well.
The thing I remember is Where's Wally?
Oh, there you go. Some people remember Sid. Jeff remembers him. Remembers it?
I remember
Obviously,
Sid Barrett, but not any other Sid.
Julian, yeah, he was. Yeah. I remember Sid the Sexist from the Viz.
Oh, was that like the animated thing?
Yeah, but it's based on the comic books. It's like an adult comic book called Viz. It's one of the stories. There's different ones, but I can't repeat the name.
No.
Yeah, it's still out now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Penny, are you on the phone?
No.
Oh. I could hear someone
Why?
talking.
What's wrong?
No, I thought I could hear someone talking on the phone.
No.
Julian says, yeah, he was never quite the same after in. Lol. Graham, gas advert for privatisation.
That's the one.
Andy says, I was working for Virgin when the Sid thing happened. Branson bought all employees' shares, then sold them. The shares, not the employees.
Am I right in thinking it was
Selling
similar,
employees.
the same kind of what you call it, man? I said it earlier. The animation for like, see, I don't know if you remember like the Coast Guard advert.
It's got an animated one. There's got a couple sat on the beach. And the guy's on the boat having trouble on the waves and all that. He's like, Gilly.
I don't know.
He's very peculiar. I think that may have been the same mob that created that. I don't know.
Yeah, if you look online for Sid the Sexist, you'll find it.
Sid the Sexist.
It was just daft.
Yeah.
Julian, Dad was working for BT when they changed from British Telecom. Dad said, "I'm not British, I'm bloody B."
See, I remember the adverts for BT. You actually had a character called BT.
BT.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you got an ology. Does anyone remember that advert?
No.
Did you pass any O levels? Sociology. Sociology, you're practically a scientist. Anything else? Pottery. Well, people will always need plates.
I remember the old TV licensing adverts where they were like trying to scare everyone about licensing bans and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the radio adverts. There's just silence.
Yeah.
They still try to scare people, posting threatening letters through people's doors and stuff like that. It's a load of crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Missy.
It's because they're losing so much money now, isn't it?
Well,
Unsurprisingly.
if they did some quality programming, I'm sure they'd get more people.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? If they didn't waste so much money.
If they never got up to certain antics as well and try to cover them up.
Yeah.
Well,
Paid so-called celebrities like massive amount of stupid money, which is coming out of the pocket of all the taxpayers.
But they use TV license money to buy their shares in UK TV, which they make money on.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not get too deep into this because it'll attract the wrong kind of attention.
Yeah.
It's all right. Julian says, other way around, Mikey. Andy says, this is me. This is making me feel old. Jeff says, yes, Maureen Lipman. There you go.
That's the one. Good old Maureen Lipman.
Okay.
Maureen Lipman as the proud auntie, says Julian. Yeah. In a recent ad, the girl looks like Maureen.
Maureen.
Like some of the adverts, like the back in that kind of, they were funny. Often you wouldn't be allowed to show it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay.
I remember the advert against obesity and warning about beer bellies and things. Where it's just a belly chasing someone around going, belly's going, okay, yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that one.
It was well funny. I used to say it to my dad and boss poking his belly.
Do you remember the tango advert being banned?
Yeah.
Oh, because that was that why it was a big quick slap to the cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know when
kids-
you've been tangoed.
Aye. School kids started copying it. I think that part a kid got his eardrums burst or something because it.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Dorcosaurus is in. He says, good morning, afternoon, good people. Good afternoon,
Good
Dorcosaurus.
Dorcosaurus.
And Model Kit Stuff is in. Hello.
Hello, Model Kit.
Good morning. Well, for me, Jason, it's morning. For you, it's afternoon. Good morning. Glad you're here.
Well,
Good,
it's
Jason.
afternoon for us too.
Afternoon,
And how the devil are you, Jason? And
Now, if it wasn't for Model Kit Stuff, my channel would not be improving because I've been copying everything, except I call it taking inspiration from others.
Okay.
No, it's just like the way that my channel intro is. You know, it's like you watch his and I'm like, yeah, I like what he's done there. I need to do something like that. Because with model kit stuff, you can tell exactly what his channel's all about without him even opening his mouth. And I think that's a good intro.
Ooh, there you go. It's good feedback.
It'd be interesting to get Jason on it at some point. If he can find time for us in his busy schedule.
Well, this is it. I mean, big, massive YouTubers like that. I mean, I'm surprised they've even got the time to pop in and make a comment.
Well, exactly. Oh, yay. My paints have been dispatched.
Oh, yes?
Cool. Yes. Squid pink and luminous yellow.
Aha.
Because why not? I'm thinking of some ideas. It might be quite fun. Model Kit says, always good on a Friday. Excellent. And Julian says, hi, Dorkosaurus and Model Kit. There we go. Yeah. On Streamlabs, Paddy, how many people can you have up on a panel?
It's quite a lot, actually.
I think like 10 or something.
Oh, I think it might be more than that. If you can possibly give me a second, I will pull it up so that I'm not giving you false information.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it might be worth going over to that. If I can. Once I start doing membership.
I don't know if they're using that particular service, but I've seen some live streams with 12, 15 screens.
Right. So for $9 a month, you can have up to 5 guests.
Yeah.
And for $17 a month, you can have 24 guests, but 15 on screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I can get enough memberships, then I might do that then.
And the thing is, if you've got the money to pay for it annually rather than I pay monthly because I'm skint all the time. But if I had the money, I'd pay annual, and that would drop from $17 a month to $12 a month.
Yeah.
And I'm quite tempted to go annual actually, because if StreamYard has just put their doubled their price, then I wouldn't be surprised if the other companies went, well, we could put ours up 20% and we'd still be a lot cheaper.
Absolutely. Jason says, don't have time in the week, sorry, but maybe in the holidays, Christmas time, I would love to join the live stream. You'd be more than welcome.
Sure.
We're just happy just to have you commenting on our streams.
Yeah. And he says, on Streamlab, you have to pay for more than 10. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just realised we've got 22 people watching and we've only got 12 likes. We must be doing something wrong.
Oh, that's terrible. That's awful. What we've done is we've not cracked the whip enough and made them hit the like button.
Yeah. Julie says, I'm good every day of the week. Good at what is the different question.
Good old Julian.
Come on, Julian. You're not whipping them up enough. Two ICV search. Come on.
Come on. Get them into a click and frenzy.
Yeah. That's looking all right, I think.
Oh.
Tree.
Hello.
Should look all right with a matte coating, I think. Jason says, what are people building? Good question. Let's go with Jim.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get my glasses back on so I don't look like Mr. Skiffins. You can go back to the big screen if you like. I've been messing with my... here, I'll show you the box art. This is my World War I group build for Micro Machines. There we go.
Yeah, I like that kit.
Yeah, it's a very simple kit, and it's really nice. I've got the frame and the suspension and everything built up. I've got a lot of little parts in here, and it's ready to go to the spray booth for priming.
I'm going to leave all the rest of the body parts on the sprue, so don't hang me. I'm going to paint them on the sprue because I'm just priming them. I'm not painting them in the color that they're going to be painted in, but I figure it's best to do that, then assemble it later. I got all the figures built. They are really nice. Don't go together particularly well, but nothing that can't be corrected. It's no big deal. It's just a here and there, but they look great. Sculpted very, very well for injection molded. Excellent stuff. Also working on this, my Tiger 1. This is the Dragon kit. This is the initial production version. I put the decals on the other day. Now I'm going to start putting mud and dirt and stuff in the suspension before I put the wheels on. Here's the figures that go with that. I call them Hans und Franz. It's the German Army film crew that took a motion picture of the vehicle as it entered into service and then was promptly captured by the Russians. Yeah, it broke down in the mud around Leningrad, and it got so stuck that neither side could pull it out. And then finally the Russians got it out before the Germans could take the ground again. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Next.
So before you move on, what did you use for your German grey there, Jim?
I'm sorry?
What paint did you use for your German grey?
Oh, Tamiya, the base color is Tamiya XF63, German gray. And then I took, I did a little Martin Kovac thing. I took a darker shade of gray, Mr. Color German gray, and ran it in the creases and the crevices for a shading effect. And then I took a lighter gray, it's called Engine Gray, again, Mr. Color. These are all lacquer paints. And I used that to highlight the panels, the flat areas. And then I took some oils. Payne's Gray is the color. It's a Winsor Newton oil paint, and then brought a little white in there and then mixed it and did a little bit of highlighting with that via dry brushing. So that's
lovely. Thank you.
Technique employed, John. Dry brushing. So
what about you, John?
Well, I'm doing a couple of things. So, okay, I'm playing. I haven't done much on this. This is a Valom's 72nd scale Handley Page Hamden. That boxing dog of a kit really is pretty awful. I'm also been I sprayed the underside. This is the that instructions. So this is the Edward 48 scale Tempest 2. So that's the I guess medium sea grey, and it's acrylic. So I'm going to let it dry overnight and then tape it up and paint the top colours. So that's progressing. And then I haven't done much on this. This is the Honda Jazz. Doing my daughter's car, Honda Jazz, bloody Jazz, and like that. So replicating my daughter's car, and that's coming along. But I'm not gonna I'm getting ready to paint the inside. So I'm just masking up the dashboard. The gunmetal is painted. I'll just do the rest black. So I'm doing a bit of that, bit of this. So yeah, the next step is the props. I believe I'm going to do the props on the Hamden at the same time as I'm doing the prop on the Tempest. So so that's what I'm prepping. I'm just prepping. That's me.
Cool. What about you, Dominic? What are you working on, buddy?
What am I working on? Sorry, I was a little bit gone. There was something going on with my sink and my plumber was here. Okay. I'm working on a Honda. No, not a Honda. A Mazda RX-7. And I make them white. And this is my intercooler. And you have two different ways to do the engine pipes. This one. This is for the best sound. And then you have here a second part. And I make it a little bit longer. Then I nip it off later. And then I can glue it together with that piece. And I am busy with the brakes. I have this yesterday. I primed this yesterday. This are the gray. And the detail painted. I need to think what I want to do with the rims. I have no idea. I think I let it black. And I did today the inside of the backlights, and then you have on the front. You cannot see it.
Nice.
There's the brake light, and then you have the little. You see here the stickers that I'm buying the round stickers.
Oh yeah.
The masking set.
Yep.
Of masking set. I buy that in a one piece, and then you have different sizes on it.
Yeah.
Dus that is what I'm doing on the moment.
Yeah. And if you go over to mine, please, modders. I'm working on a tree for the farm diorama.
Nice.
Oh, you're doing it.
That I've made out of milliput.
It's all made, is it?
Very nice.
Yeah. It's got wire on the inside and then milliput on the outside. Yeah. So once I've got this finished, then that'll be the farm done. I can give it to my friend, who has not seen it since I've put certain parts on it that she doesn't know about.
Ooh.
So, yeah. I can talk about it in Discord, but I'm not talking about it on air in case she watches. Because I want it to be a surprise for her. Yeah. John knows which bit I'm on about.
Yeah. I'm also thinking. I used to say, look, I can't imagine anyone actually watching this.
Ooh.
Right, but then again, you've proven me wrong, Mikey.
I make a point of proving everyone wrong, mate. I always have done. Julian says, likes always annoy me. Videos of views always outnumber likes by at least 10 to 1. And you creators put a lot of effort into making videos. All I've done is sit here and be ignored. It's fine.
See, I'm not sure what I think about the likes thing. And the likes, I mean, I've been doing videos long enough now that I know roughly how many likes I'm gonna. I don't get millions of views. My original attitude to my channel is that I was always going to just do a video blog, so that one day I can go back and look at my early videos, and then if anybody else enjoys them, then that's a bonus. So if I get likes, lovely. I think my likes are pretty consistent. I think they come in from the same people. I've got about 2 or 3 people that really seem to like everything I put out for some reason. That's me being negative of myself, and I've got to stop doing that.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
He also says, "Be right back, carers here." Carl says, I'm doing a buddy build with James Skiffins at a P47D Thunderbolts from Mini Art. Hopefully live streaming tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been following that. They're both moving along very well. They had to suspend their build, of course, because of Telford.
Carl, are you on my Discord? If so, post the link to the videos in the video links channel so that people in the server know when you're going live.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure they'll love to watch it. Oh, you can tell
I
my
have
brain's
2 of the Thunderbolts.
Jason said some really nice builds. Bit of a spoiler for Saturday's video, but my next build will be the new Mini Art Junkers F13. Nice.
And that really excites me.
I like it.
I'll definitely be watching that one.
And remember, folks, remember what the wise man said. Mini art rhymes with multi-part.
Yeah.
Multi-part.
What, worse than Eddard?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Why have one piece when 1,000 is enough?
You got it.
Jim says, making models, looking forward to seeing the P47 build continue.
Yes. Both of them
And he
doing
says,
outstanding
thanks, Jim.
work.
Ian says, that looks cool and gnarly, Mikey. I fixed all my chipped cups and plates with Milliput. Quite therapeutic, to be honest. Yeah, it's really handy stuff.
I never thought of that.
I like working with it. Well, it's designed so that you can fix exhausts and all sorts, isn't it?
Really?
There you go. It says, some uses for Milliput: model making, sculpting, boat repairs, car body repairs, temporary repairs for car petrol tanks, batteries, radiators, and exhaust, DIY, plumbing, and household repairs.
Fair enough.
There you go. Jim says, I like the Junkers F-13. And Modders has put Carl's YouTube link in the channel.
Wonderful.
In the chat. God, my brain's getting tired. He says, will do, Mikey. Thanks. You're welcome, buddy. Can we have the Discord link in there, Tiff, please? Sonic says, subbed.
Yep.
Ooh, kinky.
Kinky.
Oh, I'm already
Ian
subbed.
says, thanks, Tiff. We'll check that out. Ooh. Carl, you have lots of subs, you kinky bugger.
Does have quite a
Scott
lot.
says, I do like the P47. I built two. I built two with two more in the stash. 148.
Right.
Cool. Scott says, so 3, I just got the Mini Art P47. Cool. Jim says, I dated a girl named Milliput.
I can't help it.
Andy says, I'm planning to retire in April, so building up my stash while I still have the money.
See, that's my excuse for buying kits.
There we are.
My friend says you have too many kits. I went, yes, but when I retire, I won't be able to buy them, and these will be antique. And she goes, oh, that's a really good idea.
When they said you have too many kits, I'm surprised you didn't bitch slap them and say, never say that again.
Well, there is a
Don't swear at me.
scientific mathematical formula to decide exactly the right number of kits that you should own, and that formula is that you take the kits that you own, and then you add one, and that's the ideal number of kits.
Yeah. Right.
So,
It
very
is-
quickly,
and there's
Penny.
the Discord link if you're not on. Go on.
So this is a Mini Art Calibri, a 35th scale Calibri, right?
Yeah.
So the engine itself down there, as you could probably see, you put on each individual push rod and all that
Nice.
sort of stuff, and you build that up. So there's 35. I took it out. There's 35 pieces that make up the engine, and then you move on to the gearbox, the other side of the firewall, and there's 31 pieces that make up that bit.
So you've just made 2 model kits, and you haven't even finished building it yet.
Well, here's the thing: when it's finished, you can't see any of it. It's all behind.
Uh-oh,
You know, it's all
we're seeing a
totally
naughty
hidden.
symbol, John. We're seeing a naughty symbol.
Oh well, okay, right.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so that's the thing. So a Mini Art, they have a lot more parts than Edward. They fit really well, but it's a struggle. But the main struggle with this was nothing to do with the part count. It was all to do with the heavy weight of the tail and trying to get it to sit on its nose wheel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but more about that later. I'll make a YouTube
John, can
video.
I say this right now? You are an excellent model builder. I mean that. Everything you do. No, really. I mean, I say that from my perspective, which is the sausage fingers don't do very well in making small parts built cleanly. And every model I see of yours, from my two-dimensional perspective, I don't know what they look like in person, but if they look as good as they do to me, then you're an excellent model builder, sir. I mean that.
Thank you. I'll take that. Thank you. That's
Great Qatari Spitfire too. Love that finished video you did the other day.
I'll tell you what, John. Good job you got them headphones on to stop your head swelling too big, isn't it?
I'm not getting closer. It's just getting bigger.
You won't be able to get in that window next.
Yeah.
Sonic, how's that Mustang going?
It's not. I'm still
All
stuck at
right.
the same.
I just thought I'd hear.
I need some help with that because I think there's a part of it that needs a little bit of drilling when it comes to like putting the wings together. Probably need to tighten little holes. I don't think I've got the bits for that.
You can get a pin vise, Sonic, for doing the little drill bits on Amazon for like £5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might have some kicking about somewhere for like the mod railway stuff. It's narrow enough to you know how they threw the little holes in the bit of the track to then secure the little screws or whatever to the baseboard.
Yeah.
I don't know if that I would get away with using that, but I would need to dig them out and have a look.
Yeah.
But I've never drilled into like plastic and stuff like that before, so I'm not exactly confident about it. So
a pleasure, Carl. A pleasure to share your channel. You and Skiffins make a great team.
Yeah.
Most forgiving comment.
Yeah. He's just angry that I'm trying to build a bloody Hamden. So am I, actually. Who am I kidding?
He's just angry that you're dominating your own YouTube channel. It's supposed to be Scale Modeling Twins, and it's always you.
Yeah, he's a very busy man.
How do we know it's always him, though?
Yeah. No, like as he says, he would prefer to just do what I do, be able to sit at the bench and make models, but he is busy.
Yeah.
Right. He has a life and friends.
Come on, shut the fuck up.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah, just go until we hear it.
7 minutes past the 2 hour mark. So if we would all say our goodbyes.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah. We'll see you all later. Be good and look after yourself, everyone.
Be seeing you
later.
Take care, everyone.
Right.